What a game. What a loss. Another loss for the Sacramento Kings tonight. They lost last night against the Miami Heat. Norman Powell put on a clinic, and the Miami Heat put on a show from beyond the arc. It was raining threes last night in Sacramento, and tonight, the Kings lost this game in the second half. They got outbodied, outscored, and outnumbered in the third quarter of tonight's game against the Raptors. And the final score was 122 to 109. Sacramento Kings 7-game homestand is over. They have lost three in a row now. They end this homestand 4-3. That 4-game win streak, try to tell everybody, great. Enjoy it while it lasts because we will be back on a losing streak. And guess what? We have lost three straight now, three in a row. And now we embark on a East Coast 6-game road trip. And then we won't be back at home until in the month of February. So let's talk about the numbers with the starting five in tonight's game. Precious Chu in 21 minutes, he had 11 points. He had 8 rebounds. He had 1 assist. DeMar DeRozan, 33 minutes tonight. He had 9 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Quiet offensive night from Debo. Max in 22 minutes, he had 8 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. Zach LaVine in 38 minutes, he had 19 points. He had 5 assists. He had 1 rebound. And Russell Westbrook at 35 minutes tonight. The Brody had 23 points, a game high, 3 rebounds and 3 assists and 3 steals for Russell Westbrook tonight. Dylan Carwell off the bench tonight in 25 minutes. He had 2 points. He had 13 rebounds. He had 3 steals. He had 4 blocks. Cardwell is becoming a fan favorite, man, if he hasn't already. I really enjoy this guy's energy and just his spark off the bench. Neat Clifford in 21 minutes tonight, he had 4 points, he had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block. Malik Monk in 25 minutes, he had 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Dennis Schroeder off the bench tonight, thought he was solid. 20 minutes, he had 16 points, he had 1 assist, and he had 1 rebound and he had 3 assists. So that was the rotation for tonight's game. And, let's face it, this Sacramento Kings team had their hands full tonight. The Raptors, they were young. They got up and down the court. They just looked like they were the better and faster. They were a nod faster than the Kings tonight. Knowing that both teams were on the second night of a back-to-back, the Raptors, I think they put it on the Warriors last night, and then tonight they pulled away in the second half of this game. And got to give credit where it's due. That's a very good back-to-back for the Toronto Raptors. And for the Kings' sake, you didn't really play well last night. Tonight, you played a very good first half. And then in the second half, coming out in that third quarter, that's where you lost the game tonight. You just did not play very good basketball in the third quarter. You got outscored. You didn't play any defense. And you made a little run the fourth quarter. You cut the lead down to 7 or 6, I believe, or 8 points. But that was it. Raptors were just a step ahead tonight on the Kings. And what I look forward to the next 6 game on this road trip, in this East Coast road trip, I just want to see the youth. I want to see the youth. I had a conversation earlier with the buddy today, and this is no disrespect and no offense to our veterans. I want to see more Dylan Cardwell. I want to see more Max. Domantas Sabonis, remain out as much as possible. We're not really doing much this year. He saw him yesterday, and he looked terrible on the court. He off the bench, he was 3 of 9 last night in the game against Miami Heat. You can't be 3 of 9 and getting destroyed with the second unit. You're a starting center. You should be, if anything, having a monster game against the opposing team's second unit. But I get that was like his third game back from injury. But still, you got to be better than going 3 of 9, Domas. So at that point, I'd rather he didn't play tonight because it was the second half of back-to-back. But moving forward, I just want to see more minutes for the youth. We got the trade deadline coming up, approaching. We'll see what happens with DeMar DeRozan. His name has been heavily rumored and linked in the trade rumors. Zach LaVine's name is still in the mix there. And I would love to keep Russell Westbrook. I would love to see him nourish and continue to help develop the youth and the movement that we have here in Sacramento. But at the same time, I do want to see Russell Westbrook compete and contend for a championship. So I hope that Scott Perry, and gives him the option to join the contender, whether we waive him or whether we trade him. But at the same time, I would continue to love to have him around beyond the trade deadline and keep him here and help him develop the talent that we have here. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts on tonight's game and this homestand. If you guys want to talk about the road trip, let me know what you guys feel about the road trip. This season, it is what it is. It's been one of the most, as a content creator, it's been one of the most frustrating seasons. And, it sucks. It sucks. This team really definitely thought they were going to be better than what they have been. And it sucks, man. It sucks. So it is what it is. But we shall see how things look moving forward and how the roster looks in particular moving forward. Because the trade deadline, it's about 2 weeks away. And we shall see what the Sacramento Kings do by the trade deadline. With that being said, greatly appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Have yourself a great rest of your night. Have yourself a great rest of your week. Take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward. I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.